Portland, Oregon. Home of the Roses Reign and some of the best music you never knew existed. We'll give you behind-the-scenes looks, exclusive band interviews, and unveil to you the hidden gems of Portland music, only on the Portland Pick. Welcome to the Portland Pick. On tonight's episode, we bring you a trio of musically talented lovers.
Some sexy men who really put the meaning behind the name Blue Ember.
And a musical mommy sensation who will keep you coming back for more.
And later, we're going to announce the Portland Pick of the Week. But first, let's listen to these passionate ladies bare their souls. It's Lovers.
Hey guys, I'm here at Backstage with the synth pop trio Lovers. So, I hear you have a tour going on overseas. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, we got this email, I guess about a year ago, from a guy who owned a booking agency in Italy, and he just wanted to set up a tour for us. So we were like, okay, and he had a list of other bands on his roster, and one of them I recognized from Portland. They're a band called A-Weather, and I knew the guys in the band, so I contacted them to see if they thought that this guy was for real, and they said yeah, and yeah, so this guy Antonio just booked a whole European tour for us. Yeah, a lot of shows. Yeah, a month's worth of shows.
A month, okay. And this will be your first tour in Europe?
Together. Yeah. In this incarnation.
Perfect. And so is this going to be, are you releasing any new music for this tour?
I'm going to release an album that I did called I Am the West, but I did a first version of it and then decided to re-record it, and so I'm going to release the original recording of it. It kind of just so happens to coincide with the tour.
Oh, perfect.
And it's a really good version of it. Yeah. You've heard it too?
We love it.
It's really good. We don't play on it, but Carolyn's been doing this band for years. We've been together as a threesome since August 2008.
Now, I know you're from Portland and you two are from Massachusetts. Why Portland? Why are y'all in Portland now?
Well, I originally moved out here to go to college back in 1994, and I've mostly lived here ever since. I guess because when I moved here, I discovered this amazing music scene and started playing music. And I've just never found a music scene that's as supportive as the one here. It's just, it's really great for musicians, and especially female musicians and queer musicians.
So I know you are a group that's really lyrically driven. Can you tell me what you try and get out to the audience through your music?
I think for me, the most, our band is sort of like this powerful living proof of sisterhood is powerful. I think that since we started to play together, I think that I didn't know where it would end up, and I have just been continually amazed about where it ended up. I feel like these women have become my family. I feel like I've grown so much because of our musical partnership. I feel like we've all grown so much together, and I feel like it's such a beautiful opportunity to be able to be living and growing in a situation like that, and to be able to make a public public manifestation of that feeling that we can share with other people and continue to love and support each other and grow, but also share what we've learned with others through the tones. And I feel like in our different ways we all contribute that change back into the music that we make, and that's a really powerful experience for me.
That's wonderful.
I love these girls.
And when you're back from tour, I know you're going to be on tour for about a month. What is next for Lovers?
Writing and recording, probably. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we're excited about, and it's just so fun writing is so fun. So I think we're all really excited to be at that phase of the process.
And anything in particular that you're going to be writing about that you can share with us right now?
There's a lot of love.
You are the Lovers.
Yeah. There's a lot of love.
And where can we find more about Lovers?
We've a website. Kirby made it. It's beautiful, and it's loversarelovers.com.
Lovers.
And you could probably just go ahead and Google it, or what, you know.
We've got some songs up on SoundCloud and our website. You can go to loversarelovers.com/free song.
Ooh, free song.
Get yourself a free song there. And, you know, we have stuff on MySpace. And it's kind of amazing that if you do just Google lovers, we do come up, which I'm very excited. We're sometimes 2, sometimes 3. So, I mean, there's a lot of love out there, but we're in the top 10. Yeah, totally.
Well,
Guardians of the Love.
Also, there's iTunes. You can buy it on iTunes, and
You can buy it on our website.
on our website you can buy the CDs, and also on our record label's website, which is badmanrecordingcompany.com.
And that bad man is a great man. We love him.
thanks so much for being with us tonight at Backstage. We'll see you soon.
We wish you the best of luck in your European tour. Say hi to us from Rome.
And ladies, get those fans out because we've got a hot one coming up. Here's Blue Ember.
Hey, I'm at Black Diamond Recording Studio with 5 not too shabby looking guys. Matt, you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
We're Blue Ember, Portland-based band that's been around since, name-wise, since 2004, but with this generation of members and style of music for probably about the last 3.5 years, about now, or 3 years.
And how would you guys describe your musical genre?
We're a delightful blend of rock and pop.
A delightful blend of rock and pop.
Very nice.
I feel like a lot of bands kind of classify themselves under that genre as rock and pop. So how would you say your band differs from that or is original?
We finally walked the fine line between pussy pop and dance your ass off rock and roll.
Dance your ass off rock and roll.
Yeah, that should be a genre in itself, I think.
What's going on with you guys in the near future? Where do you see yourself in about a 6-month time period?
Hopefully promoting this new record a lot heavier than we've had a chance to now that we're finally starting to get our live show ready to go for an upcoming show tomorrow. And then hopefully after that in the next 6 months, hopefully some touring on the new album.
And the album is called Breathe, I believe. Anyone want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, Breathe is available on iTunes right now. Just released it to iTunes for the time being. We don't have the hard copies yet. But
Working on it.
Working on that. Should be soon. So yeah, go to iTunes and check it out.
Okay, cool.
It's actually recorded in this very building right here.
Right here, and I believe the producer's right there as well.
Our engineer,
Engineer.
Matt Jefferson right there. Yeah.
Awesome. I also want to ask, how do you guys collaborate musically? Like, for lyrics, for music, is it kind of a singular effort and then they bring it to the band, or do you do it together?
Yes and yes and yes to everything, actually.
The way I think of it is Keave, the lead singer, writes most of the lyrics, and we sort of act as his editors. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
That sucks. That sucks.
That sucks.
A little bit more democratic than other operations, but yeah, no, we're all very involved in the development of all that stuff. And when it comes to the actual the music part of it, it comes from one guy has an idea, and then everyone kind of expands upon it, or someone could have a whole composition, and then everyone can help, twist it a little bit to actually make it sort of what we've developed as our own sound, which is what makes it hopefully unique, with everyone's input. All 6 people playing together with all these different instruments. That's the exciting thing about this group.
Awesome. So, where can we find you on the internet, or how do we know, if you have an upcoming show or if you guys get on tour? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, the best way right now is just go on Facebook, hit the like button. That's what we want. So do that.
Facebook.com/Blue Ember.
Got it.
Nothing's wrong, no. and this is my roommate here. He does the Portland Pig.
Oh, the Portland Pig.
Jeff is with 95.5.
I'm Black Diamond.
And Black Diamond recording.
The greatest recording studio.
The greatest recording studio ever.
That's Chris. He's been with us from basically the beginning. He's kind of our logistics man.
We can start the lobby.
On in 10 minutes. Wow, it's 10 minutes. I'm excited.
And my last question is, how would you describe the Portland music scene, and how do you guys say your band fits in there?
I think it's actually fairly diverse, actually, around here. I mean, there's, of course, whatever indie rock means or alternative means anymore. There's so many subgenres, you know, between people using folk and electronic aspects to their songs, even pop elements where bands used to not do that. It's really neat time for music, and especially the Portland scene is very diverse for all kinds of different types of music, I think. So we don't necessarily fit the mold, I feel like, with Portland band, but with other Portland bands, but I think that's the beauty of Portland. I think you can get away with playing anything because there's always an audience that's open to listening to a vast range of music, you know, various different types of music nowadays, I think, which is big, especially in Portland. So.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It was a blast, and I look forward to hearing more from you. That's all, folks.
What's up, Frank?
Thanks again, guys, for sitting down with me. I really enjoyed it.
And now, your Portland Pick of the Week, the seriously talented vocalist, Naomi LaViolette.
Hey guys, I'm here with vocalist, pianist, and songwriter Naomi LaViolette. So, Naomi, can you tell me a little bit about your music style, your influences, and how you got into music?
Okay, well, I would say my main influences are Sarah McLachlan, love her.
Me too.
And my sort of a newer artist that I really love is Sarah Bareilles. They're both singers, songwriters, play the piano. So I have admired them for a long time, and I actually do some of their songs when I perform, and then some of my songs sort of sound like them. So they're some of my favorite singers. And I've always loved Joni Mitchell. She's a great songwriter. What I love about her songwriting is she's just very honest, and she also really looks at things intensely, and she just takes you with her writing. So I try to do that in my writing. I try to be really honest and vulnerable when I write. And so I guess my style, when you sort of put all those together, it's very much pop, but I also have loved jazz for a long, long time. So as a pianist, you'll kind of hear that sometimes, some different jazzy sounding chords or improvisations that are a little bit that, but not too social club. So.
And when did you get into music? Have you been doing this for a long time, since you were really young, or did you kind of get it when you were in the teens, or?
I started piano when I was 4, so I can't really remember starting.
Yeah.
And then I did a little bit of singing in junior high and high school, but I always just felt more comfortable at the piano. And so I studied mostly classical piano, actually, all the way till my early 20s. And then I always thought that jazz was, something I could never do, and something that was too out there with, just the trying to make something up out of thin air. And then I saw Norah Jones and what she did in, I think it was 2003, and was very inspired by that, because hers was jazz, but it wasn't so off the stratosphere.
Yeah.
And I connected with her. I related with that. So I started taking jazz piano, and I started singing a little bit more and trying to sing like her, and then sort of got to where I am now. which is kind of this blend of classical background with trying to learn jazz and then really settling into being a songwriter in, you know, sort of the popular genre.
It's a blend for a good mixture. And so what do you try and, what kind of messages do you try and convey, like, through your music? Any stories?
Well, I mean, like most songwriters, I write a lot from my own life and what I go through. Some of it is, you know, deep personal thoughts, and sometimes it's just stuff about my day. But it's always hard to look at your own music and say, what is this really about? So when I asked someone one time, the thing that he said was, your songs are very loyal. You know, a lot of times songs are about falling in love or breaking up. And I have a song about falling in love, and then I have a song about staying in love, which is when you probably think you should break up, but then you don't, and you stay with that person, and it's a committed kind of love. So I think that that's something that is a little bit different about my music is it's very loyal.
I like that. I like that. And so do you have any, I heard that you might have an album launching in 2012. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I do. I have my first full-length album coming out in January 2012, and it took me a long time to make the album, about a year and a half, because I also have 2 little kids, and they take a lot of my time. They're ages 4 and 6. So I crawled out of the baby cave and then finally started making my album after many years of people saying, when are you going to record these songs? We want to listen to them at home. These should be on a CD. Finally, you know, was able to devote the time and schedule enough childcare to make a full-length album.
And I heard there might be a preview of this that people can buy online. Where is that located online?
Well, I just got CDs back from Duplication, so I can start selling them, even though it hasn't been launched yet. Someone very wise once told me, don't schedule your launch until you actually have them in your hands.
Yeah.
So, but I want people to start listening to them, start enjoying them, so you can buy them at my shows or you can buy them on my website.
On your website? And what's the website for all the viewers at home?
NaomiLmusic.com.
NaomiLmusic.com. All right. I think everyone's going to be writing that down. And do you have any, like, shows going on in the future that people can go watch you at?
A really exciting show that I just booked 2 days ago is for the official launch of the CD, and it's January 27th, and it's at Jimmy Mac's, which is one of my favorite venues. It's been someplace I've wanted to play for, you know, years now, since I've been performing and I've gone to shows there. It's just a magical venue, and we're gonna do all the songs on the CD. And also what's kind of neat about this show is I'm gonna bring in some good friends of mine that are string players, and they're in the I believe they're called Classical Revolution PDX string quartet. It's like these chamber music players that they show up in these random places where you wouldn't expect to hear classical music, and they play a string quartet. And so they're gonna come to the show, and they're gonna play some of the string arrangements that are on the CD that go along with the songs.
Well, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Mac's on January 27th. Perfect. And speaking of downtown Portland, because Jimmy Mac's is located in downtown Portland, what do you love about playing in Portland? Is there something specific? Do you have the fans? Do you have the atmosphere?
Well, Portland's where I grew up, so it's very much home for me. So one of the things I love is just that I always see people that I've known for a long time at shows, and I love feeling connected to the audience, and it's kind of a vulnerable thing to share songs you've written, and it's kind of exposing, and so when I see familiar faces, that's helpful. And the other thing I love about it is there's a lot of support for local musicians, a lot of venues that will book local acts regularly, and there's also just a real love for live music in this town, and locals doing live music, a lot of community and a lot of support in Portland. So, and also a lot of support for a lot of different types of acts. I mean, it's a very, very diverse town, so you can always find sort of your spot to sort of do your thing.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Naomi, and we're really excited about your launch of your new album and to watch you play, and go get her album online.